Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's so good to have you here. My name is Stacey and I'm an infidelity recovery coach who specializes in helping unfaithful men and women in their affair and prevent relapse. If you are struggling to end your affair and you would like some more information, in the description box below I will leave all the links to how you can sign up to a free chat with me, and I will assess where you are and create a program that's just tailored for you to help you in your affair and prevent relapse from going back to your affair partner and not having another affair in the future with someone different. So let's get into today's video. Today's video is about, will my affair partner make a good spouse? And my answer is no, because I did not make a good spouse. So let me just start out by saying that this video is not to criticize, to judge, to bash anyone's affair partner or anything like that, because honestly, if we judge them, then we have to judge ourselves too, because we're doing the same thing, right? So we don't want to make anyone look bad. What we're doing is we are looking at what a relationship with this person would be like, including ourselves, because we are the other party of the relationship. So let's examine some, let's see how many I got here. I have five tips on, or maybe not tips, but 5 insights into why I feel like an affair partner will not make a good spouse. And I really want to include myself in this because I was an affair partner. You see what I'm saying? We are. It's not just the person that we're having the affair with that is the affair partner. We are the affair partner too. So we want to look at this as a whole. We want to look at it, the whole thing, okay? All right, so the first one is, you will never be enough. They will never be enough for you. So I'm going to tell you about them, and then I'm going to tell you about yourself too, in the kindest way. And trust me when I say this, I had to look at all of these myself, and I had to put the mirror up against me too and say, okay, you would not make a good spouse right now because you have a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms. So anyways, when I say that you will never be enough is because not one person on this planet can fulfill all of your needs 100% of the time. So even if you made a promise to yourself that you would do whatever it took to keep your affair partner happy, you will never be able to fulfill that 100%. Because the bottom line is, most people have core wounds. We have issues. We have things that we struggle with. And no person is going to be able to heal us. And the other reason is because God placed a part inside of us, that our hearts, that can only be filled by Him. And the reason we wanted to only be filled by Him, which took me forever to understand this, is because He's constant. People change. Even I change. Sometimes our emotions have us up here and sometimes they have us down here. And if we are those types of people who base all of our decisions on emotion and not logic, then we're like all over the place. And someone's opinion of you can change in a heartbeat. And they can approve of you one day and then you could mess up and then they could hate you the next day. And that causes us to go like this, to go all over, our emotions be so unstable. But with God, His opinion of us never changes. Like when He says, I love you with an everlasting love, that's true. When He says, I loved you, before you loved me, that's true. I loved you even when you was in sin. So our behavior might fluctuate. We might do things wrong. We might do things good. But the opinion, how God sees us and His love for us, that won't fluctuate. That won't change. He will just be that constant. So that's why we want to go to Him to fulfill all of our needs, because then we have a constant supply. I have a constant source of, hey, when I mess up, I can go to God. He's going to forgive me. He's going to show me how not to mess up. And he has patience with me while I learn this, even if I don't have patience with myself. Whereas a person won't always be that merciful, won't always be that kind and understanding and have that patience. So we have to look at why am I not enough? Why are they not enough? And that's why. It's because our expectation of thinking that someone can fulfill all of our needs 100% of the time is way too high. And that's impossible. And we're putting it on a person when we should be putting that expectation on God, because he is the only one that can keep us fulfilled and content 24/7. So keep that in mind. We will never be enough. They will never be enough for us. Number 2, okay. They cannot be trusted, and we cannot be trusted. So I always, I like to think that, before I had my second affair, I wanted to think that I could be trusted. And I thought I could be, because there's emotion. Like, I really love you. You're not toxic. We can make this work. And we did. But the problem wasn't my husband. The problem was me. I couldn't be trusted because I didn't know what was going on inside of me that caused me to have an affair to begin with. I blamed my situation. I blamed my marriage, and that's just not true. And the affair partner, they can't be trusted either because they're in the same boat as we are in. We mirror each other. It's like, that's why we connect on that deep level, because we share some of the same wounds, and they cannot be trusted until they get healed, until we learn and we wake up and recognize we have to look beneath the surface of the behavior and see what's really going on. This is never going to work. Like, a relationship with the affair partner will never work. So yeah, that's that one. Okay. So number 3, they don't know how to truly love. Okay. A lot of people don't really understand that love is like a two-sided coin. So one side is emotional, the other side is active. The Bible talks about love is kind, love is patient, love always forgives, love never fails, love always trusts, it doesn't keep a record of wrong. All of those things about love is active. You can see it's something that you have to actively do. I have to actively offer you forgiveness and mercy. I have to actively not hold things against you, because of resentment is going to build up. And when resentment builds up, then I'm no longer going to see you in a positive way. I'm no longer, I'm going to suffocate all those good feelings that I have towards you because of resentment. Now, on the other side is emotional love, and this is I feel like I love you. I'm so giddy. I feel butterflies. I'm excited to see you. And when the emotional love starts to wane out, that's where you'll hear that phase, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And love doesn't function that way. Like, to have a healthy marriage, to have a healthy relationship, you can't have more emotion than active. It has to be equal. It has to be a balance. We have to have emotions. We have to feel that emotional connection with that person. We have to have that emotional safety, and we have to have the 4 areas of intimacy in place. And then on the other side, we have to actively be forgiving people and actively learning how to have a healthy relationship, because people are not perfect. People make mistakes. Everybody goes through things. Everybody handles hard situations in their own way. And if we don't have that active part, emotions are not enough to carry us. If we have just the active part, then we're going to feel that disconnect, and that won't be able to carry us either. So that's why I say that people who have an affair, myself included, and my affair partner, we didn't know how to love each other in the right way. Therefore, if we would have gotten married, it wouldn't have lasted, because the emotional part, which is what carries you in the beginning stages, the romantic stage, the high, I'm loving you so much, that emotion part is not going to last, just because emotions travel like a wave line. They go up and down. And then when it gets really hard and we don't have that active stage of love in place, then it's going to fall apart. So that's why I say none of us know how to love each other correctly when we're having an affair. Especially when we're having an affair. Okay, they could be an avoidant. So that's something that's important. If your attachment style is anxious and you get with an avoidant, It's going to be, I am pulling away from you. So if you have an anxious person and then you have an avoidant person, it's going to be the anxious person is going to be, I sense that you're ignoring me, so I'm going to latch on tighter. So the avoidant is going to feel like, oh my God, my personal space is invaded and you're getting too close to me and I'm feeling too many emotions. So they're going to pull away. So it's going to be the push-pull constantly going on, and that is not going to be enough to sustain a relationship long term, because when we're having an affair, we're always thinking, well, a lot of us, okay, we're thinking about long term. We're thinking about, okay, I want to be with you long term. I'm going to leave my spouse and we're going to get together and we're going to have this great life and it's going to be happily ever after, Cinderella type thing, Prince Charming going to sweep me off my feet. And that is just completely not true, because we are not perfect people and we're having an affair for a reason. There's some things going on. It's not because my marriage is bad, that kind of thing. So we want to, you want to keep that in mind, that avoidance and anxious people, they really have a push-pull dynamic, and that will not keep you together. If you don't know how to work on becoming anxious from insecure to secure, you're going to have this push-pull and the marriage will fall apart. Okay, so I hope this video helped bring some clarity to you and show you that there are some things that about both of us, like me and then my affair partner, that's just not going to make a healthy combination for a marriage. It's just not. And that's why only 3% of couples who are having an affair get together. And out of those 3% who actually get married, 70% of them get a divorce. And this is why. This is the stuff why, because we don't see it when we're in it. We don't see it when we're crossing the line. All we see is the good. But we have to look at the reality of the situation. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful. And I think I said that already. But in case I didn't, I hope you found it helpful. And if you have any questions, please leave it down below. I would love to hear from you guys. And I wish you a great day. Bye.